We now have a YouTube channel! Exclamation
Good.
point
How am I coming
YouTube.
through?
Look how many new videos have been posted. 5 new videos. They're all between 8 and 25 minutes. Perfect videos. Get in there. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the YouTube subscription button. What are you doing? Speaking of molding fuel, did you see Amazon's latest scab campaign? Okay, chat. We're looking at this. Do it without dues.com. Hashtag do it without. Who thought this was a good idea? Before I even get going, are you shitting me? Also, let me just say something. If you're ever offered an opportunity to participate in an anti-union campaign as a worker or model or actor, don't, or you will be despised for the rest of your life by a lot of people. So don't do that. Hey, BHM1 doers. Why pay almost $500 in dues? We got you covered. Asterisk! Asterisk! Of course! We're gonna read it in a second. With high wages, healthcare, vision, and dental benefits, as well as with a safety committee and an appeals process. There's so much more you can do for your career and family without paying dues. Applies to regular full-time employees. Don't pay for what you don't know. Know the facts. An authorization card or online form is legally binding and may obligate you to pay monthly dues immediately from your paycheck. There are no free trials. Be a doer, not a doer. If you're paying dues, it will be restrictive, meaning it won't be as easy to be as helpful and social with each other. Okay, every single union I've ever seen, the members are way more social than every other job that I've been in that wasn't a union job. You want to have stupid fucking barbecues and like, little dinners and you want discounts to go to fucking baseball games and all sorts of dumbass shit. Join a union. You'll have all the fuddy-duddy fun shit that you want, all that you can crave. Okay? Unions, the employees at a union are 10 times more social than employees that are not in a union. What? So be a doer, stay friendly, and get things done versus paying dues. Okay, by the way, I apparently have to explain this. You pay dues because they use those dues to hire lawyers and negotiators, which get you much higher pay and better benefits and working conditions. So that minus the dues, you still make a lot more money and have a lot better benefits. Plus, you don't get fired at will anymore. They have to actually have a reason to fire you. And you have an independent party that will fight for you if they fuck with you. They try to tell you to do something that's not part of your job. Fuck you, not in my contract. And if they try to fuck with you, you go to your goddamn shop steward and the union brings in a lawyer and the company has to back down. It's amazing. Do you want the right to say fuck you to your boss when they tell you to do something that's not part of your job? That's what a union does. How dare you? How dare you use a puppy as a scab? Can we get some bonks on the scab dog? Isn't it funny that the DSA bonk looks like Romeo hitting the scab dog? It looks like Romeo hitting the scab dog. It looks like Romeo hitting the scab dog. Oh my God. Romeo doing direct action, chat. Romeo doing direct action. Oh, that's great. That's great. Don't buy the dinner. Don't buy those school supplies. Don't buy those gifts because you won't have that almost $500 you paid in dues. Why not save the money and get the books, gifts, and things you want? Do it without dues. I know people are so uneducated they fall for this shit, but come on, man. Come on, man! Honestly, if Amazon tells you not to do something, it's obvious that it's very good. If you signed a card, feel misled or concerned someone submitted your name info without your consent, you have the right to get your card and your voice back. Tell the union representative you'd like your card back, call the National Labor Relations Board, or click below. Wow. All right, well, all I can say is these are pathetic. Anti-union shit is pathetic. It's dumb. It doesn't work. That reminds me, oh, here's another one. Delta had an anti-union campaign as well, and it was the same shit. Delta Airlines under fire for poster suggested employees buy video games instead of union dues. Union dues cost around $700 per year. A new video game system with the latest hits sounds like fun. Put your money towards that instead of paying dues to the union. I bet it's the same scab law firm that's running the same ad campaign. I bet you Amazon hired the same fucking people. I bet it's the same as the Delta one. I recognize this, like, do it without dues. You could spend money on something else. How dumb are people? Amazing. Amazing.
A lot of unions will have credit unions that you can get great loan and mortgage assistance.
Yes, being in a union has a lot of benefits that go outside the fact that you make more money. And let me show this. Let me show you one more thing. Okay. Actually, let's watch the Amazon anti-union video. It's so cringe.
In this section, you will learn about the warning signs most commonly associated with early union organizing, as well as other warning signs that could indicate associate disengagement, vulnerability to organizing, or early organizing activity. While employees have the right to organize, we have a right and responsibility to share our position that a direct working relationship is better for the customer, the company, and the associate. In order to be able to do that effectively, it is critical that we recognize the early warning signs of potential organizing and escalate concerns promptly. If you see warning signs of potential organizing, notify your building HRM and GM site leader immediately. HRMs and GM site leaders should notify their assigned ER managers or ER principal immediately. The most obvious signs would include use of words associated with unions or union-led movements like living wage or steward. Petitions or other concerted activity, such as an associate purporting
living wage, grievance, contract, or representation. We don't want our associates using those union words.
To speak on behalf of his or her coworkers when raising concerns.
Protected concerted activity. Group petitions or union clothing, flyers, visitors.
Union t-shirts, hats, jackets, or other clothing, union flyers, and union visitors in or near the parking lot. Some signs are less obvious than finding the actual union flyer, but they can still indicate associate disengagement, which is itself a warning sign for potential organizing. These are signs that must be monitored very closely and should still be escalated to employee relations. Examples include associates who normally aren't connected to each other suddenly hanging out together. Associates who were close suddenly stop speaking to each other. Groups of associates scatter when approached by management. The grapevine, VOA board, or other feedback dries up. Increased associate negativity, anger, or confrontation. Unusual complaints or change in passion or detail around complaints. Unusual interest in policies, benefits, employee lists, or other company information.
If people start being interested in what their benefits are, that's a warning sign of a union.
Or any other associate behavior that is out of character. For example, an associate who normally leaves promptly begins hanging out in the break room for an hour after work each day. In order to recognize warning signs, it is critical that you know what an associate's normal behavior looks like. Often, it is the change in behavior that is the warning sign, more than the actual behavior itself.
You've been involved in media M&A over the years.
So that's the type of shit that these companies are doing to try to prevent union organizing. All right, let's watch this video called Confessions of a Union Buster. React to this. Disgusting.
I conducted in excess of 200, almost 250 anti-union campaigns. And during that same period, I lost only 5. I never called myself a union buster. And most union busters today, unless they're in private circles, don't call themselves union busters. They call themselves labor relations consultants, employee relations consultants, human resource consultants, any benign label they can give themselves. So a union buster without the atmosphere or climate of fear is like working without one leg and one arm. I mean, fear is essential. Fear is like caviar, lobster, and filet mignon. A union buster can't, along with breaking the law, the emotion and element of fear is vital. There isn't a practicing union buster that can be successful if he doesn't break the law routinely. And I'm not just talking about labor law. Workers, unfortunately, know that management is historically anti-union. So it's a big step for them to develop the courage. Union busting is a lot of divide and conquer. So the more we knew about the demographics and the individuals, the more we could set them up. We would pit religion against religion, race against race. We would use background information to set people up in some vicious ways, to plant false rumors, to ruin lives, if you will. When a union buster is hired, he becomes the producer, he becomes the director, he becomes the choreographer, he becomes the scriptwriter. Nothing that happens in an anti-union campaign is spontaneous for management. Every word, every action, everything you see and some of the things that you don't see are all directed by the union buster. The people who really are the front line in an anti-union campaign are the first line supervisors. They are the backbone of management. That without them and without their commitment to this campaign, the union will probably prevail. And they will be told the campaign, the war, is going to be your #1 priority. That if productivity slacks and falls back, or anything else lessens from your responsibilities, not to worry. As long as what you were doing was campaign oriented, it's okay. In the end, the employees will not be voting for or against the union. They'll be voting for or against you.
This is boomer editing.
With the following. Inoculation did beat me when the workforce was prepared. Rage beat me, and when I say rage, when inoculation is put in force with employees and they see it come true, it creates a feeling of rage. How could the company be doing something like this? You know, I never thought they had it in them. And that rage translates to a solidarity, which also beat me. And what beat me the most effective weapon you have to bust a union buster is exposure.
Mid-2000 YouTube energy.
People
That's because that's what it is.
believe that companies will fight a union to whatever extreme for economic reasons, for bottom line, for profit, that it's all about economics. I learned over the 19 years that I was on the dark side, and I continue to have reinforced over these last 15 years, that there is one motive, and one motive only, for this obsession of union busting. And in a word, it's control.
There you go, chat. We have the long version of the union busting video, but if anyone here dabbled in Kingdom Hearts game series, you can't tell me this isn't the battle theme for Sephiroth. Confessions of a Union Buster. There you go. There you go. And they're doing the same shit. They do the same fucking shit in every campaign. Don't be a doer. 3-second video, Amazon break light.
How do you do, fellow kids?